Gauteng has become a hotspot for kidnapping syndicates, with a noticeable rise in cases reported in Johannesburg. Provincial lawmakers confirm that incidents of kidnapping linked to violent crime are increasingly prevalent in areas such as Soweto and Greater Johannesburg. Authorities from the Provincial Department of Community Safety are urging residents to remain vigilant at all times. Ziniko Mhlaba is on that story and joins us live. Ziniko, good to speak with you this afternoon. What are some of the factors from what the authorities know are leading to this surge in the number of kidnapping cases?
Good afternoon, Hugo. So from some of the conversations we've had with some law enforcement agents, especially in the Johannesburg district, specifically the GP area and Maboneng, they've been saying that they're picking up trends that have to do with areas where you'd find young people in areas of entertainment and lifestyle engagement. So they're also saying that there is some element of how social networks are playing a huge role, in terms of ensuring that young people are able, to report themselves to nearby friends. But they were also saying that specifically in the Maboneng area, the cases they've been dealing with are cases that have to do with social networks, where young people meet on social networks, then agree and decide to meet physically. And that's why you'd find victims get kidnapped, and then those victims will go to that specific police station, which is GP police station here downtown Johannesburg. That's where they'll register. So they're saying that, well, they're calling on young people to really take the issues of their own safety seriously. But you also know that today, as you've been speaking to my colleague down in Bloemfontein, where he was attending that funeral service of Olirado, who was kidnapped and eventually found, having lost her life as well. So that's the conversation we've been having, and we've been moving around some of the districts here in Johannesburg. We're in Maboneng earlier on. Right now we're here in Bloemfontein to talk to young people about these dangers, but also what is it that can be done, by society in general, but also how can each individual take up that responsibility of protecting themselves. I'm joined by two young people here in Bloemfontein, and we'll have that conversation with them. Let me start with you, my brother Tori. So we're talking about a very serious matter, a very sensitive matter. As a young boy, surely you are a brother to someone, you are a cousin to a young girl, but also you are a young man also very much involved in issues of studying, if you are studying, but also you need some time off from the books to cool off, whether you go to a sports event or any other issue or any other activity that you use to cool yourself up. What do you think is the solution, or can be the solution, to the scourge that we're seeing here? Our young sisters being kidnapped via social platforms. How can we deal with that issue?
I think, honestly, I'm a firm believer that, you can't do life alone. You must do life within groups. So it's important to understand that whatever place you're going to, whether that's a cup game or whether that's, just going to grab food or something, you need a group of people to hold you accountable. And one thing that's also for certain, that even if you're going to those places, it's always important to find my iPhone or find my Samsung or whatever, find my system that you're able to locate the person's precise location. It's important to have that so that, there's a sense of safety to be like, hey, what's up, my guy? I'm here at this place, just making sure, just check the location, like every time if they're going out to dangerous places. And it's also, most importantly, that some of these cases of like kidnappings and stuff, although they happen like during daytime and stuff, they mostly happen at night, whether they're going out, whether they're grabbing food at certain places, or even just walking down the street. Like, I was always told to never walk in the nighttime, never walk in the nighttime. Whatever stuff you want to do it in the daytime. So it's important that, if you're gonna go to McDonald's, for example, like here in Bram, it's a very like dangerous place if you are walking alone.
Yeah.
It's just important to go to where you're going, and don't look at anyone. Just focus on when you're going. When you reach the place, get your stuff, get your food, and then come back. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Jozi, my brother. Let me bring you in, my sister here. Surely you are on social platforms. You're seeing these things being reported on. You're seeing these incidents. As a young person who lives in Johannesburg, in Bloemfontein, you are here for your studies. but you do need to go to certain places, whether to buy food, to buy clothes, whatever. How do you feel as a young woman right now? We're talking about the burial of another young person today who got kidnapped and brutally killed. How do you feel as a young woman?
Truly, honestly speaking, Putwami, I don't feel good at all. And I know it's not just me, but it's like a lot of us feel like that as women, especially here in Johannesburg, but not just Johannesburg, but in South Africa as a whole. Like, we don't feel safe, not just like in our houses, like walking in the street, at schools, because we never know what's going to happen. Every week it seems like we're saying justice for someone else, and we never know if that's going to be us the next day, the next week, or the next year. So it's very scary. It's not nice at all.
Your message to other young ladies?
A message, like, guys, protect yourself. Like, be aware of where you're going, be aware of who you're going to be meeting up with. Just be careful at all times. Make sure you take precautions to ensure that you are safe. Never walk alone. Make sure that you have people that you're walking with. Just be aware, like, constantly be aware. Guys, stay prayed up. We're living in scary times. Yeah.
Thank you very much, my brother and my sister, for your time. Let's release you now to your own activities. So those are the voices of young people in Bloemfontein as we're tackling this issue of safety, especially in public spaces. We are hearing very clear messages from young people speaking to. They're saying that, well, make sure that you take all the precautionary measures to protect yourself, alert your families, but also walk and do anything that you do in groups. So that's where we leave things at for now here in Bloemfontein. Back to you in studio, Hugo.
Ziniko Mhlaba coming to us from Johannesburg CBD with some very, very important nuggets. Ziniko, coming from those young people. Thanks for your time.